Welcome back to our screen amazing duo, Chidi Dike and Uche Montana. It is only nice if I welcome you back to our screen first before this review. I mean, since 2023, after you both shot Better Half, we haven't seen you both again. Now, 2026, you both are doing a place with you. So, welcome back and Happy New Year, Uche Montana and Chidi Dike. Now, let's get to the review of A Place with You. Now, first of all, you see, the biggest prison in life is not poverty, it is the mindset. I mean, why would a young guy with a promising future fall in love with a widow? Of all the women in this world, we live in a society where once they label you, they expect you to remain in that box forever. If you didn't go to school early, they say education has passed you. If you are a widow, they say your life has reduced. And if you come from the village, they already decide how far you can go. It's like society writes people's future without giving them a pen to write their own story. But who made those rules? Who said learning has an expiry date? Who said education has an age limit? And who said a woman who lost her husband has lost her value? A Place with You challenges those beliefs. Now, this is a movie that reminds us that life is not a straight line. Some people start early, some people start late. But starting late does not mean finishing last. Learning is not a race. Growth is not by age. A 25 years old in secondary school is not a disgrace. She is a symbol of courage because it takes strength for you to sit in a classroom where people might laugh at you or whisper about you and you still choose to chase a better future. And there is the issue of widowhood. In many African society, once a woman becomes a widow, people stop seeing her as a full human being. It's as if she carries bad luck, as if her past has stained her future. And instead of sympathy, she gets suspicion. Instead of support, she gets stigma. But this same society would not treat a widower the same way. He's allowed to remarry freely, even a younger lady, and people will clap for him. But a widow, she's told to shrink herself and be grateful for scraps of love. But that is not culture. That is cruelty dressed as tradition. Now, A Place with You showing on Uche Montana's TV on YouTube is more than a love story. It is a fight against label. It is a fight against age limits in education. It is a fight against unfair judgment society places on widow. So, if you haven't seen A Place with You showing on Uche Montana's TV, it is an amazing movie and a must watch. Now, let's talk about the plot. A Place with You is a story about a 25 years old village widow and a 21 years old city boy who found love in each other. I mean, that kind of love, it is rare, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Uche Montana and Chidi Dike are back on our screen. Oh. I mean, these people are back to our screen. Since 2023, since the last shot Better Half, this is the second time we are seeing them together, and it is such a delight. I mean, they are the perfect casting for this film. If you have seen A Place with You, you can tell for a fact that they are actually the better cast for this film, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about characters and performances. Now, Uche Montana plays Chidi Mimi. Now, in this film, Uche is playing the character of an illiterate, of a village girl, of a fish seller who isn't enlightened, who wants a better future for herself, who is chasing a better life for herself. I mean, at 25 years old, this young lady became a widow at 22 years. She was sent to marry an old man by her father. I mean, he's her father's friend at just age 15. And this is due to, life condition. I mean, poverty, lack of money that's, pushes a person to do this for his own child. Okay, where parents believe that education is not for women, at the end of the day, they will still end up in the kitchen. What is the need of training a girl child, to school? It is of no use because at the end of the day, it is still the man that is the end, that is the head. It is still the man that would provide. That was the mentality, that was the mindset of Chidiomimi's parents, right? So she was, you know, forced to marry at age 15 and she lost her husband at age 22, and for 3 years she had been a widow. Now this lady had to live life on her own terms by herself. I mean, having no one around her, just herself and her business, her fish business. Now Chidio Mimi has been insulted. Like, this lady has seen life. I mean, let's talk about that wicked, should I say, silly woman who comes to buy fish in the market. And because she's a woman from the city, we don't even know if she's rich, but a person who comes from the city and is acting all big and mighty, people start seeing her as, oh, she is very rich, she's well to do, she's wealthy. This city woman is coming to get fish from us. Okay, so she annoyingly prices fish to the lowest. I mean, a fish people might call 6,000 naira, 5,500. She prices it as low as 700, 1,000. Like, it's crazy, right? Now, this woman insults Chidiomimi every time she goes to the village to buy fish, right? And then Chidiomimi was fed up of the insult and she's like, she wants to be a big woman. She wants to call the shots. She wants to be respected. She wants to speak proper English. She wants people to respect and, look up to her. So she chose education at 25 years, going back to secondary school to learn, regardless of what people would say, regardless of how people would whisper or laugh at her. She chose to chase a better future regardless. And there she met this 21 years old, city handsome looking guy named Kelechi, played by Chidi Dike. I mean, Kelechi is a wealthy guy from a wealthy home who was sent to the village by his parents to study there and also understand that life is not always easy for everyone. So their reason for sending their only son to the village was just to teach him what the other life looks like, right? Because this is the guy that has, he has seen wealth, he has seen money. He doesn't know that this thing he has at his beck and call is what people are fighting so much to get. People are working so hard, working tirelessly to get, right? So his parents wanted him to see life beyond what he knows life to be. Now he starts to live with his auntie who owns the school, and he starts to adapt himself to village life, even though it wasn't easy for him. But meeting Chidi Omimi, everything turned around. I mean, he saw not just a village girl, he saw a girl who is determined, he saw a hard worker, he saw a girl who, regardless, wanted a better future for herself. So at the end of the day, they fell in love with each other, but their love was not supported. Oh. I mean, their love was not supported. Like when his aunt found out that he and Chidio Mimi are getting along so well, and he himself said he loves Chidio Mimi. She was mad. She was like, "Why would you want to bring shame to my name? Why would you want to disgrace me this way? A widow of all people, So nobody supported him at all, and even his parents were, they were like, "Why this widow? You're going to regret it." I mean, why would a full-grown man like you, a man with a promising future, want to end up with a widow? Like, what is the reason why? Now that brings me to the question: are widows not human beings? Are they the reason why life should be unfair to them? Should their condition make them less worthy or less human? Right? Because a lot of people see, a young guy who has never married before, marrying a widow as an abomination, as never done before, never heard before. Like, come, what are you doing? What are you doing with a widow? What are you doing with a widow? They expect that kind of man to go for a woman who has never been married before. Like, that was the situation, but Kelechi had to fight for the one he wanted. Kelechi had to fight for the love of his life. I mean, he showed the character of a man that fights for what he wants, a man that would not back down. You know what you want, go for it. This is the woman I want. This is the woman that gives me joy and happiness. I am going for her. Now that is about it. Uche Montana's character in this film chose education regardless of her age. Now it shows how much education is important and how much, learning is of value. Okay, there's no age limit for education. No matter how old you are, how young you are, you would never stop learning. I mean, at 50, some persons are still learning. At 40, some persons are still learning. At 60, some persons are still in school. That is life for you. Now, you see, Uche Montana's character in this film was one I really enjoyed. Uche Montana brought in her all to this character. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel overdone. I mean, she just acted that role so well. I love how she made her character look so believable and interesting to watch. There are some persons that might literally play this character and you're like, oh, they are overdoing it or they're not getting it. It looks a certain way. It doesn't look real. But no, Uche Montana is a fantastic actress. I mean, she just made her character look so real. You know, it wasn't forced, like I said. It wasn't forced. It was so enjoyable. Uche Montana, take your flowers. You're an amazing actress. I mean, there is no character Uche will play that she wouldn't put her best in it. And this one, she really gave us her best. I mean, this is the first time Uche Montana is playing this kind of character, and I really enjoyed it. She did greatly in this one. And Chidi Dike, oh my God, Chidi Dike is a fantastic actor. Trust me. And this particular one, he did it so well. Like, this is just the usual Chidi playing this wealthy guy who is in love with this girl, and he just pulled this so well. So he was fantastic. I mean, every actor in this movie did so well. I mean, everyone did so well. All the actors in this film came in with their A game and they delivered beautifully. So, guys, what I love about this movie, aside from the storyline and the fantastic acting, is the soundtrack. Ha! I mean, the composer of this music, you did so well. I mean, you did really well. I enjoyed the music. The music elevated the story and it made it look so beautiful, right? I love it so much. The music was amazing. The location is another thing I love about this film. I mean, where this film was shot, when you're telling a story like this, it needs to reflect in where it is told, right? And I mean, I love everything about this movie. The cinematography as well was fantastic. The editing, everything about this movie just hit it for me. Like, it did it for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this film, you need to watch it. I mean, I am so proud of Uche Montana. I am so proud of Uche Montana's growth in film production. She has been doing so well. So, guys, A Place With You is still showing on Uche Montana's TV. Go there and support our baby girl. And if you have seen this film, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this movie in the comment section. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.